We get paid to read these books, teammates. I'm so excited. This dude, Mike Krzyzewski biography, Leading with the Heart, it's got some great stuff in there. If you're the type of person like me who always looking for an edge, looking for another idea, want to make sure always fine-tuning my thinking, this stuff is huge. All right, so listen to this. This is in chapter 7, Turn Negatives into Positives. He's talking about paying attention to detail. Our team, he's talking about Duke was playing Clemson. One of his players got hurt. He says, our team turned that negative situation into a victory, largely because I led them in that direction. That's my job. I'm the head coach. I have always had a bit of a gift for noticing virtually everything that happens on the court during the game. Of course, my attention to detail focuses on all the technical aspects of the game, whether a player is rotating, but it also focuses on the related specifically to people. Teammates, you better get excited. He says he's watching the people. People talk to you in different ways through facial expressions, moves, mannerisms, body language, tone in their voice, the look in their eyes. As a coach, I must be able to read my players to recognize those different things and then take appropriate action. Teammates, that's why in our world we have, we got a saying, we're going from analog to digital. Analog to digital basically means we going from face-to-face to digital, meaning marketing on social media and all that stuff. Well, teammates, it can't be all digital. It's got to be some analog. It's got to be some face-to-face where you getting to know people and they getting to know you and you're reading their facial expression and they're reading your facial expression. You're getting to know their families. And my point is, leaders get paid to notice the details in the people, in the situations. It's all these moving parts. You got to be paying attention. All right? Point 2. Now, we still under paying attention to detail. Now, let's say, he goes on in the same chapter. Well, I know how bad you feel. It'll be all right. Let's have a good practice now, and we'll talk about it afterward. He's basically saying he's got to watch his players, and he's got to pump them up when they're down. Situations like this happen daily. And every leader must be alert to deal with them as they occur. You ain't got time to be like putting stuff off. Listen to this. Any little negative thing can hurt the team's overall performance. So it must be dealt with immediately before it becomes a big negative thing. I got one of my mentors had a saying said, kill monsters while they babies. Meaning, and that was his way of saying, people got bad behavior, you got to address it early on. Don't let it grow and grow and grow and grow. Now it just kills everything. He says any little negative thing, if you got to deal with it before it becomes a big negative thing. So that's my point 2. You got to address negatives early. Don't ignore negative behavior. Don't ignore negative activity. Don't ignore it. Address it. All right, point 3, and I'm going to let you go. Now he's talking, he's talking, the book is about his career in basketball. So he's talking about tough games, close games, and all that stuff. Now, listen to this. He goes on to say, both good and bad habits will take place as the season progresses. When the bad stuff happens, players get hurt, lose a game you're supposed to win, players get in trouble, blah, 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 blah. When bad stuff happens, I'm always looking for a way to turn it into something that will work for us. Whew, that's easier said than done. I believe a leader has to be positive about all the things that happen to his team. How can you turn unsuccessful things into successful things? Overcoming adversity is part of becoming successful, and dealing with losses, mistakes, and bad breaks is simply part of life. Then he goes on and on and on and on. He says, you got 1 or 2 ways to respond when things don't go your way. You say in his environment, he says you can be energized or you can have the courage to fight. No, you can't have people around you whining. Woe is me. These people are yelling at us. They have Shaq. He's out to kill us. There was no whining at all. And we went out on that court and played one hell of a game. And they won. Teammates, my point 3. There can be no whining or complaining. It is what it is. If it's hot, everybody don't start talking about how hot it is. We know it's hot. If this thing's not going your way, whine about it, ain't gonna fix it. Love you guys. Let's read these books. I really do in all of my heart, hope y'all getting something out of these books. But if you don't, I'm reading this for me. This is gonna help me grow personally. Teammates, that we all focus on I am in charge of my personal development. Nobody else. I may be your coach or mentor. You may have another coach or mentor, but be for 100% clear. That person is not responsible for your personal development. You are. That's a whole insight right there. Love you guys. We'll run this play again tomorrow.